Yeah, where's the beginning?
Right, so you've got to choose a beginning for data, and you could choose, like state formation, because in a lot of ways, part of the integral process of forming a state is to count how many people are in the state or how many area, and that's actually the birth of statistics, right? The word state is right in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and good, because I'm a big fan of words and their meaning and their etymologies.
Yeah.
And so for me, one of the natural places to start was when the word statistics enters the English language, which is 1770. And for Matt, being a scholar of how ideas change, he was really interested in almost the same time period because of the scientific revolution and the idea that there's all these facets of human endeavor, which heretofore were going to be the authority of the government or of the church. And part of the scientific revolution was to say, no, there are ways that the scientific method and experimentation could help us enumerate and understand and argue for what is true about all these different things. So we started there. We started in late 18th century, mid 19th century, around the scientific revolution, which was a time where data was not just about counting, but was being used to argue for what is true, and almost immediately thereafter, what should be true, meaning to say, not just about descriptions of things, but about prescriptions of things. Almost immediately, people start using data not only to say, oh, well, here's the way the world is organized, but trying to make policy decisions, really to make statements about how things are to be done. So it's a very interesting time. Right away, there start to be fights. And it's much more fun to write a history book that's all about fights. So that's another good reason to start in the 19th century, 18th century, is because it's not just people counting things and everybody says, yes, that's how many, I don't know, cows we have in France or what have you. Mm-hmm. It's more like, okay, let's have an actual debate about whether or not data should be allowed to have a seat at the table in understanding this craft.